I'll always remember a story by Thomas Edison, the famous inventor. And I remember him describing his response, or rather, him responding to somebody who said, how does he feel about failing? And he would say the way he looked at failing was a very different way from an ordinary person. He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just learned 10,000 ways not to do something, and then I figured out how to do it right. And of course, Thomas Edison went on to invent the light bulb, and I think he invented Westinghouse, the huge electrical company, I think. The important point is, though, is that is our life. Our life is about recognizing we lay plans, but sometimes circumstances change and we have to adjust. We have to pivot. That happens throughout prison. It happens throughout any crisis. What we have to develop is the confidence to know when things change, we have to adjust. When we learn something new, we have to make an adjustment. And if we do it effectively, we put ourselves on a pathway for success. That's what I try to teach through our course, Preparing for Success After Prison. Those are the lessons that I learned. And that's all I can do is show you. I can't change the past for anybody. I can't change life for anybody. I can only show these are the strategies the leaders taught me, and I use them to change my life. And I try to get as many people in prison to understand how they can use them as well to change their life. And if that makes sense to you, you might want to pay attention to today's journal entry, because I'm going to be talking about how I've had to pivot. I couldn't have made the pivot unless I did the early work and figure out, okay, what kind of data am I collecting? How do I make a change? What should I do? So let's read the journal, and on the other side of it, I'll talk more about that pivot. So this is a journal entry from July the 11th, 2023. And I'm going to be talking about adjusting our plans. So in our course, Preparing for Success After Prison, we recommend a principled pathway to overcome the challenges of confinement. We don't have to limit the strategy to people in prison. I repeat 10 steps frequently because they guided me through 9,500 days as federal prisoner number 16377-004. The strategy of relying upon systemic, methodical steps to prepare for success still guides me today, nearly 10 years since I concluded my obligation to the Bureau of Prisons. What strategy will work for you? Part of the strategy is knowing that we must be willing to adjust when necessary. We engineer a path that will help us overcome hurdles. When we test, we gather data. That data sometimes requires us to break a system and rebuild. Breaking and rebuilding is part of the pursuit of excellence. Today, I will break a part of our new website, prisonprofessorstalent.com. Until I write a workbook to show the site's features, people in prison won't know what I am describing. Today's journal entry aims to show that sometimes we have to recalibrate, even if the effort requires us to re-engineer. In building Prison Professors Talent, I wanted to provide people in prison with an opportunity to flesh out release plans. An effective release plan opened pathways for me to succeed upon release. I had multiple decades to refine what a great release plan should look like. However, people starting with us at Prison Professors Talent should fully grasp the iterative nature of creating a plan. We don't write a release plan and then believe we have a magic pill or a get-out-of-jail-free card. With our plan, we should show that we fully grasp the challenge of overcoming a significant obstacle. We must develop and tweak the plan as necessary. This work demonstrates our commitment to triumph over the challenges ahead in iterative steps. We have got to build upon the plan. A plan without action is simply words on a page. A good strategy requires a series of action steps. We must show our effort to prepare for success after prison. And we can take advantage of or create new opportunities when we articulate an effective plan. A good plan should begin with the end in mind. And when our plan fails to achieve its intended goal, we must tweak it or adjust it. Always ask questions. What are we striving to accomplish? Is our plan getting us closer? What can we do better? How can we show that we are constantly working and developing? We have got to anticipate how we will use the plan to open new opportunities and overcome hurdles. I initially hired a web developer to collaborate with me in engineering the website. I told him I wanted to create a platform to help people in prison document or memorialize how they work to build extraordinary and compelling adjustments. Since many imprisoned people lack financial resources, I would need a strategy to cover the costs initially. Then, as the site began to scale, we would show its effectiveness. Then we could build corporate sponsors to cover the rising costs. We launched with a series of courses. I have written many lessons that we distribute in jails and prisons. I wanted people to provide access to all those lessons. As it turns out, we do not have the human resources to manage the distribution of thousands of lessons. Further, our constituents, the people in prison, do not have access to understand the delivery mechanism of all lessons because they have limited time on the computer kiosks in prison. For that reason, I need to tweak the design. Rather than beginning with a suite of courses and lessons, we will invite all participants to start with simple tasks. I can only instruct people with a strategy that worked for me. Consider the following steps. Step 1, biography. Each participant should write a biography. The biography can be a single entry or include multiple entries. It should help readers understand who you are and the steps you are taking to prepare for success after release. Step 2, the journal. The journal entry should show how you work to execute your plan. Over time, the journal will become an enormously powerful asset. It will show others that you are not full of happy talk. Instead, you know how to identify a problem and build solutions. Step 3, book reports. The book reports should show how you are investing in yourself to learn. Many people read books while in prison, but few can demonstrate the knowledge they have retained or how reading played an integral role in a systemic effort to prepare for success upon release. Release plan. Show that you have anticipated all the challenges ahead. Anticipate the people who will have discretion over your liberty. It would be best to consider people you will never meet and people you will sit across the table from who have discretion over your life. If those people have discretion over your liberty, start building a plan to position yourself for success. Show that your plan has iterative stages and you work on it daily. 5 steps. No big deal. Today, I'm instructing my technology team to break the website we built so that all new profiles learn these lessons or profile these lessons. And over the next 5 days, my journal entries will be a lesson or multiple lessons on each of the 5 steps above. I would never ask anyone to follow a path that did not contribute to my success upon release. Today, I am breaking a part of the plan and rebuilding. It will cost me time and money. Yet to get the outcome I want, I need to adjust. How can you adjust your release plan to show your commitment to success? These are important questions that any justice-impacted person should ask, because it doesn't matter what stage you're in. You always should be focusing on what strategy is working for you. What priorities should you put in place? What can you do today to put you in a better pathway for new opportunities? Look, my voice is getting hoarse because I've been recording other videos all day. I just want you to see I'm committed to helping people in prison emerge successfully. You see these videos coming every day, even if they come a little bit late because we have to produce them on DVDs because some prisons we cannot send it in a cloud-based system. But we're always writing, we're always creating, we are always showing you that if you want to emerge successfully with your dignity intact, you've got to start building your strategy early. And that strategy should align with how you define success. My name is Michael Santos. I am the founder of Prison Professors, and I believe in you.